Well, hello, beautiful souls. Here we are again, gathering together to create a better world and a new earth of love, peace, and harmony. And boy, is that necessary right now. Can you feel it in your heart? And there's so many fluctuations of energies going on. Anyway, I have been struggling a little bit with this next video, as to how to present it to you. And so it's just coming to you from the heart, because actually in that struggle, it was really made evident to me why this needs to be shared with you. So the topic is your future is a reflection of your present. And you know, this topic came up when I was recently working with a beautiful soul, and she's doing a lot of inner work. And what came up was her fear of the future. And how many of you have a fear of the future? Right? Come on, hands up. Okay, hands up. Self honesty. Fear of the future has been inbred in us. That is why we're always looking for a clairvoyant, we're looking for prophecies, and we're looking for predictions. I mean, just even, now on YouTube, it's always about, oh, this is what's going to happen. Yes, and the predictions for the next month and the themes. It's always about what's to come, what's to come, what's to come. And so as I was working with this beautiful girl, this phrase suddenly came from my team, obviously, which was, hey, your future is a reflection of your present. And as that landed, it was like, of course. So I've been unraveling that a bit and looking at how we've been programmed and conditioned to believe that our future depends on outside situations. What's happened over the last 5 years? We are waking up, absolutely. We are waking up by the millions. But waking up to what though? Because we're still very, very much being drawn into what is going on the outside. We are waiting for an event to change things, right? We are waiting for, and now we've got a solar storm like no other ever on this earth. And so that's going to change things. Yes, it does. But is it creating the future? And is there actually a future? I always say there is no future because we live in the now. All I have is this very moment with you. And hey, if you are really wanting to support creating a new earth and a better world, please, please subscribe, comment, share, like, all of those wonderful things. And I love your comments. I'm so humbled by the things that you say and that you share with me. And isn't that what this is all about? This connection with each other. Yes, it's only through a screen, but I can feel you, and I'm hoping that you can feel, me and my team as we present to you what we believe is going to support you to take your next step into embodying empowerment, into embodying knowing who and what you truly are. Because that's what it all comes back to. When we talk, we have all this language now that we didn't have before: sovereignty, empowerment. But what does it mean? What does it mean if you do not know how to embody that, how to actually activate that and feel that within yourself? So that's really what this is all about and what this video is all about. One of the reasons that we've been so encouraged to do meditation and stillness is that when we go into that space, what happens to our bodies is that our nervous system relaxes. And our nervous system is actually where all the signals to the brain come from. It's not the brain. We've done so much work, including me, in change your thoughts, change your life, change your words, change your life. All true. But behind that, and often we say, well, I've done all the work, but it's still not happening. And I know why. Because behind all of that is the nervous system. And the nervous system only knows truth. It can feel the fear behind your statements. It can feel that you have self-doubt, that you're lacking in trust, that you're still not sure about your connection to your life force and soul. So it's the nervous system that actually creates the signals and sends that off to the brain. And then the brain sends messages to the body. So we can do all the retraining of the mind as we like. But if we have not mastered the nervous system, then we just keep going around in circles. And if you feel that within yourself, and I know I have in the past, that I'm going, but I've done that, and I'm still not there. But why is that? Well, it is because we still haven't got a deep understanding of who we truly are or what we truly are. And the greatest fear that the powers that have controlled humanity for so long have is that we find out. And that is why they keep distracting us by drawing our engagement and our opinions and our involvement and our distraction into the games they play. That brings you into fear, and even more fear of the future. Because, well, if they don't get their act together, if the government doesn't do this, and if the government does this, and if they don't do that, and what will happen to us? Well, that depends on us. You know that phrase, the buck stops with you. Well, I don't think that we really get the truth of that. So when we go into stillness and into that meditative state, we draw all our energy into this beautiful space where there is no outside. There's just you and your life force. And it is in that moment that you are connected and that the nervous system can relax enough to send signals to your brain that all is well. You have to put yourself in a state of feeling that all is well before you can have all is well. So this video is all about knowing that the power of now, okay, we've heard it ad infinitum. Why is it so important? Why is the power of now so important? Because we are energy, we are frequency projecting. So in this very moment, in my very moment, I am projecting my future. And in this very moment, my present has been projected by my immediate past. So if I was living in fear, then I need to experience that fear. There is absolutely nothing else I can do about that because I'm projecting fear. And so therefore, I radiate that out, and that creates my next experience. It's incredibly simple. We just do not embody it. That the happier and the more in faith and trust and love and peace that we spend this moment, the more of that we are projecting, and that is what we will experience. So this truth of the present being the seed, this is it's such an amazing phrase. I wrote it down. What did I say? The present moment is not just where life happens. Now hang on to this. It is where the future is seeded. Okay, I will say that again. The present moment is not just where life happens, but it is where the future is seeded. So you are seeding your future, not so much by what you do, but the frequency that you are radiating. So it's all about vibration, vibration, vibration. So if you're doing things that you're really great, if you're grateful for everything, that opens the door for so much more to come into your life. But if you are blaming and shaming and doing, well, then you are going to find out more opportunities to do that. Because nobody's judging you what you're doing in the moment. It's just physics. You send out that frequency, and that frequency is your next experience in however it wants to present itself to you. So that's on an individual basis. And I really want to come more and more back to the individual, because we get so distracted about the world and the globe and the cosmos and this thing about, oh my goodness, oh, we are going to finally meet the people or the beings that are in the cosmos. It's fine, come for dinner, pull up a chair. Not interested. Are they here now? No. Well, they are actually all over the place, and I can feel them, those that need to be in connection with me. But it's not about that. It's about what is happening in this moment, in your life, in my life. And that is where my power lies. And I can take control of my life, because we've got to stop waiting for someone or something out there to fix it for us, to change things so that we can have a better life. Because it is your life. It is my life. I always say to all the authorities, my life, my choice, none of your business. It's so important that we take accountability for our lives. We keep giving it away to somebody. And when you do that, you lose your power. So I'd like to just take us from this moment of the individual, and there are many of us, they say something like 8 billion individuals, all are projecting their individual fear, faith, joy, love, peace, anger, conflict, whatever, according to their belief, to their circumstances, situation, all of that. So all of that is being pumped into the collective experience. So when you look out, if you are still watching the media, then that will present to you the collective projection. And if you do anything with that, you go, oh, that's still being projected. That is not my world. I am projecting this. So we can observe what the collective is still projecting, but the more of us that go back to peace, love, faith, trust, embodying the divine within us for the good of all, the more of that will be our future, and ultimately it will tip the scale. And it already has, hasn't it? You know that, you can feel it. And what's so good about that is that we have the individual projection from creating the future by the present. We have the collective creating the future by the present. And then we have that will become the global projection, to the future. And that then ricochets out into the cosmic future. So it's this ripple effect. But the wonderful thing about that is that the more of us say, well, I know that I am in charge of my own future. We've been to clairvoyance. Yes, you wouldn't be on this if you haven't been to one. And we hope that they're going to tell us something wonderful about what's coming. But what you might not have realized is that any clairvoyant or a psychic can only tune into you at the present moment and can only foretell from that present moment. So whatever you're given doesn't have to be so if you don't like it. You can say, well, thank you very much. I'm going home to change that projection because it's not what I'd like to experience. So you're coming back to what would you like to experience? Well, we would like to experience love. Then be the love that you want to experience. Radiate that out to everything and everyone. I want to experience abundance. Oh, that big one. Okay, I want to, yeah, because we need to feel safe, because we have this sense of insecurity which has been pumped into us and it, at the moment is continuing to escalate. But how can we be unsafe if we are projecting in alignment with our soul and the quantum field abundance? How do we do that? By looking at all the abundance around us, by being grateful for the tiny, tiny little thing that comes our way, being grateful for everything we have and everything that continues to unveil itself before us. You know those magic moments of synchronicity? Well, they're the ones. You know that you have projected that. That's not an accident. It's, you know, we've been made to believe that coincidences, don't pay attention to them. What I say, pay attention to them, because they are two incidences, seemingly unrelated, coming together to say, this way, this way. There's a message here for you. Pay attention. All of those things, when we step into the river of life and flow with it instead of against it, in trust that we were incarnated for a purpose, that this avatar is the vehicle for something greater. And when we tune into that something greater and say, well, let's do it together in a conscious, intentional way, wow, I'm sure you've already experienced that. So I love your comments about maybe special situations or whatever. Share with me, because I love those stories. And it's those stories that we then share with others, which then either give confirmation or inspiration to people to continue to expand and expand and expand in their consciousness and lift ourselves out of the old paradigm into the inevitable higher state of frequency and consciousness. So it's been a really big thing, this term that came down, this aha moment of, yeah, our future, whatever would you like it to be? And whatever you want it to be, bring it into your, into your now moment. And it's all about becoming master of the moment. How much of our moments do we waste? Wondering about the past, wondering about somebody else's life, wondering about the future, and each moment just drifts by, unattended, unintended. We need to slow down, and we need to really, really project intentionally who we truly are and who we choose to be in this vibration of a new earth. How do we know that when we're there? Well, I know because I'm there 90% of the time. Oh, they say 95. I'm doing okay then. Hey, never perfect, right? But it's like, I know, because everything flows and I don't have any fears. I don't also have any opinions or resistance. For instance, I used to have this thing about if people changed their minds or changed their appointments or changed their what they promised they were going to do, I used to get really cross, if you make a promise, if you're going to do things. For me, you had to be just perfect. Well, perfection is death, okay? There's no growth there, so I don't even attempt to be perfect, which is obvious. But um, for me, it is about just being the best of who you are in this moment. And that's not always, everything. It's not always everything. Some days, not so good, particularly at the moment. Have you noticed the fluctuations of energies? Are you aware that you just need to accept that today I feel a bit heavy? I don't know whether it's me or whether it's the energy, but my body's needing to rest. Then rest. Don't force yourself to push through it. There is a lot of change outside energetically to support us to move into this higher state of consciousness. But the more that we spend the time in stillness and, in peace, then the quicker that can eventuate for us. So, when we get engaged in the chaos that is presented to us by the outer world, I believe, it's it puts the it puts this nervous system in a fight or flight energy, and that puts you on an alert, and your whole body contracts because it has to go into protection and safety and all of that stuff. But when you are in charge of your life, you have taken accountability for it. You have taken responsibility for it, the ability to respond with a forethought, with intent, with love. Then the future is just unfolding for you in the most beautiful and often magical way. This quantum field is available. We are creating all the time, okay? Just know that. It's not that, oh, now I'm going to create. No, we are creation in motion. So whatever you think, whatever you believe, whatever you get engaged in, emotionally, mentally, physically, is creating a vibrational frequency in this moment that is projecting or seeding your next experience. That is really the foundation of this whole video. And watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it as many times as you like until finally the penny drops and you go, oh, so I can stop worrying about the future. I can stop going to a clairvoyant. I can stop wasting my time about going predictions and no, go there, have fun. And then if they relate to you, you go, yeah, you know what? I can play with that. I can play with that. If I would like that, then I know I have to start to operate in a way now so that I can have that experience. So whatever future you want, you have to match it. You have to match it with the now. So my state of health is important, right? So I look at myself from a perspective of health and gratitude for that health and gratitude for, excuse me, this beautiful body that continues to get up every morning and allow me to still be of service to humanity. You know how amazing that is to me. That I can still have a contribution to this journey that we're all in, that I signed up for so long ago. It's so humbling to me. And so here I am, and I'm really, really, I get very intense and passionate about it because I so want you all to have that aha moment where you go, hey, my future is my choice. I'm the creator. So When you are in a present that isn't exactly what you want, then recognize that that is a reflection of all your thoughts, beliefs, engagements, focus, intentions of yesterday. Don't blame the outside and don't blame you, because we can't change what we don't know. And if I can share with you what I've learned in all these years, and it makes only the slightest difference for the better in your life, I am so grateful. So that's what this is all about. Really look within you and find that kernel. Find how to seed your future now in this moment. I would just absolutely love the comments, and let's do this together, because the more of us that seed a future of peace, love, harmony, and unity consciousness, talk about that in a minute, the more that becomes our experience, and the ripple effect of that creates the light that then awakens others to come and follow us. And that's how we make the difference. Not by sitting, when is the event going to happen? When is the RV, whatever that is? When are we going to get more money given to us? When are we going to do this? When is that politician going? And who cares? They're everyone on this planet is playing a role. However they're playing it, they need to have that experience. But we don't have to play with them. I only play with the people that are in resonance with me. And they keep coming. So if you're in resonance with peace, love, harmony, and this unity consciousness, this oneness we keep talking about, has nothing to do with you becoming one with me. The power, whether you call it God or the quantum field of all that is, or source, that power has individuated itself into you and me for a reason. So there is no need for us to become one. What it means is that we are fueled and sourced by the one place, but we need to experience, source wants to experience the difference. So what does unity conscious means? Unity consciousness is when you, the persona, and you, the life force soul, unite as one. So you start to live as your divine self. It's all about embodiment. It's about embodying this awareness, embodying this love, this peace, this joy, this oneness, this everything. That's what unity consciousness is. It's bringing your personality, your persona, together with your soul and working as one. That's what that's about. Wow. So please comment whether you are, learning from this, whether you're getting some insights, whether you are getting some aha moments like I did. So what I'd really like to complete this video with is an invocation, something that you can use that is going to keep you on track. Because it is all about making sure that in every moment you stay in the frequency of what you would like to experience in the next moment. I had a funny personal incident last night. So I've got two beautiful cats, which I've mentioned to you before. And some cats tend to be a bit pukey. Well, mine, if you don't know what that means that they throw up. And so one of my cats had obviously something stuck in its throat and threw up all over my bed. And in the middle of the night, I had to strip the bed, and Vonn wasn't happy. And in that moment, I forgot all about seeding the future. All I could think of was, I need to be asleep. And what amuses me about me is that I'm storming around and I'm cross at the cat and I'm telling her to get out of the room. And then I stopped and I just looked at myself. I started to laugh and I went, oh dear, doesn't take much, does it, to get you off centre? So we are human, okay? Do not beat yourself up if you're not always doing it. And it's not about perfection, it's about expansion, it's about learning, and it's about being kind to yourself and all of those things. So get yourself settled and just take a deep breath. And just become really aware of your energy right now, your frequency. So I want you to gather that frequency into love. Love for you, love for life, love for life. Because whilst you've got life, you still have an opportunity to make it beautiful, even through the toughest times. Okay? So, this is an invocation to open the field for the future. Here we go. I call my awareness fully into this present moment. Just gather everything, and just all there is this moment. I release my attention from the past that can no longer shape me, and from the future that does not yet exist. I acknowledge that life meets me only here, in this breath, in this body, in this now. I recognize that the present moment is not just where life happens. It is where the future is seated. As I settle my body, calm my nervous system, and return to myself, I allow a new future to arise naturally, without force, without fear, without striving or driving. I stand as a sovereign being in this moment, knowing that how I meet life now is how life will meet me next. Worth repeating that. How I meet life now is how life will meet me next. I am present. I am safe. I am participating consciously in creation. In this moment, I am shaping what comes next. I choose love over fear. I choose synchronicity over control. The future responds to who I am now. I meet this moment with love, with peace, with pure intent and trust. I now become master of the present moment, knowing that as I am now, so my future unfolds. And so it is and will always continue to be. Take a deep breath and allow this to integrate, to settle into your nervous system so that you can embody the essence of this message. And if this message is inspiring you and bringing remembering to the surface, then share the message. Remember, you are showing the way. We are all showing the way home. I want to thank you for your attention, for coming to my channel. And the more that you like, subscribe, and share, and spread this beautiful, beautiful energy of love, peace, and harmony into the world, the sooner we can elevate into the full experience of the new earth that is already in existence and is awaiting to welcome us. So let us seed it in this moment. I love you with gratitude and humility. I am of service, and I see you, well, in the future that we are seeding together. Thank you for being here and sharing the moment with me. See you next time.